There are 3 easy steps in creating your resume link. Let me show you how.
Step 1. Register. Go to www.jobs180.com using any browser and click Register Now. Fill out all the information needed. In choosing your resume link, use your full name so that it looks professional and it's easy to recall by potential employers. For example, Antonio Juan de la Cruz Jobs180.com. Step 2. Create and design. When creating your resume, make sure to complete your personal information and upload your profile picture. One of the highlights of the resume link is the portfolio section. In the portfolio section, you can show off your skills by uploading samples of your work like documents, pictures, videos, and your social media links.
Your resume link also features different themes and you can upload a cover photo. This is a combination of a cover letter and a social network cover photo. Here is an example. You can also download a copy of your resume link and print it. Step 3. Apply for a job. There are many ways to apply with your resume link.
First is browsing the job recommendations in your Jobs 180 dashboard.
If you're qualified, click Submit Resume Link. So what are you waiting for? Dress up your next generation resume, stand out brightly among the competitive job seekers in the market, and win the heart of your future employers using Resume Link.
The clinical trial market as we know it is about to change. We're revolutionizing the current state aligned to disparate, slow, and often manual processes. Optum's vision is to transform the drug development process to one that is centered and grounded in real-world patient behavior and physician practice. Optum's ability to access this unique network and fold in the strongest data and analytics expertise will enable us to jointly bring life-saving drugs to the patients who need it most. Join us in this partnership to bring our shared vision for real-time, real-world healthcare research for real patients.
Good morning, everyone. So, welcome to the job hunting webinar. We are live today at Don Mariano Marcos Memorial State University, South La Union Campus. Today we will be joined by speakers from Tascas and Accenture. So before we start, we'd like to invite everybody for the prayer followed by the national anthem.
Praise God from whom all blessings flow. Praise Him, all creatures here below. Praise Him above the heavenly host. Praise Father, Son, and Holy Ghost.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Thank you for that. So, to officially start today's session, we'd like to invite Dr. Nona M. Rivera, Dean for the College of Education, to give us the opening remarks.
Thank you very much, Miss Sherry. Thank you very much for that kind introduction. So, to the managing director of jobs180.com, who is also one of the lecturers for today's event, Mr. Kim Chua, other lecturers, Miss Sherry and Sir Alex, who will be formally introduced later, our beloved president from the Don Mariano Marcos Memorial State University, Dr. Jaime I. Manuel Jr., to our equally dynamic chancellor of the South La Union campus, Dr. Joan C. Rivera, the head of the Student Affairs Services of our campus, Professor Joanne Rulia, our dearest personnel from the Office of the Career and Placement Services of the Guidance and Counseling Unit, headed by Ma'am Cecil Sanchez, our college graduating students who are our participants for today, other guests, friends, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I would like to say thank you to the organizers of this webinar, spearheaded by Professor Rulia and Ma'am Cecil. Thank you also to our partners from jobs180.com, led by the Managing Director, Mr. Kim Chua, and the other business enterprises for today. We have Task Ask and Accenture. This is a very significant event for our students in preparation for the world of work after their graduation from college. Most students go to college to get a degree and gain the skills employers want. Getting good grades is not enough to impress most employers. Students that are offered assistance from their career and placement services unit will be better prepared to promote themselves to employers. So, beloved students, you have to take advantage of the assistance your program, college, or campus offers to add real world experience to your resume. This is only the first of the three schedules you will be attending. There will be another one in January and the last one in February. Employers want to know why you are a good fit for their company. Task or take time now to learn how your skills, values, interests, and personality influence your career choices. What you learn about yourself will help prepare you for interviews and make a resume writing easier. Don't wait until you are graduating to think about the workplace. Do you know what jobs you will be qualified for when you graduate? To help plan your career path, conduct several informational interviews with people who work with or hire people in your desired career. Ask them if your degree program and extracurricular experiences have prepared you for the requirements employers expect. These facts may all be learned through this job hunting webinar. Through this, you can explore career opportunities during and after college, and you can learn how to become the best possible marketable job candidates. So I request our student participants to make the most of it. So again, thank you very much and enjoy the rest of this knowledge field day. Mabuhay po tayong lahat.
Thank you for that, Dr. Rivera. On behalf of jobs180.com, we thank you din po for inviting us and letting us help for this event. But thank you, ma'am. Have a great day po.
Welcome. Thank you.
All right. So, welcome everyone. So, you guys ready? I'm Shari from Academic Linkages. I will be hosting today's event. So, as usual to our audience, please we'd like to know where you're from. So, please comment your name and course, and later after the speaker's talk, we get to address the question. So, lagay nyo lang yung questions sa ating comment section para we can read it to our speakers later. So, here is our schedule for this morning. So, first topic is a discussion on the ResumeLink. So we will be discussing online applications using ResumeLink. Topic number 2 to be presented by TaskUs is virtual interviews. And last topic is hiring for work from home jobs to be presented by Accenture. So shout out to everyone who is here and who is on time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Again, please comment your name and course in the comment section para we can read it later. Alright, let's go to our first speaker. So our first speaker is Sir Kim Chua. He is the managing director for jobs180.com. He has 20 years of experience in sales, marketing, business development, customer service, operations, business process, and human resources. He is a trusted research speaker and has done over 1,000 career development seminars in more than 400 plus colleges and universities nationwide. So, Sir Kim, if you're ready, the floor is yours. Please take it away.
Everyone, allow me to share to you how to make a job-winning resume. Yan. A lot of you are now looking for a job and exploring for the next chapter in your life. I hope that this session will be able to help you. Not only you, but the people that you know that needs help in terms of how to make a job-winning resume. Yan. So yan na tinatawag nating resume link. A lot of platforms right now, mga online platforms are being offered left and right. But for you to know paano to magiging job-winning tool or job-winning resume to, meron akong checklist. So go with me, with all these checklists. Your checklist should include the following. Number 1, kailangan mag-stand out ka. When you look for a job, you have to be able to stand out. Because if you're not going to be able to stand out, then I think you'll just be part of the crowd. You'll be one of the next applicant na wala lang, na hindi mapapansin. Another thing that should be in your checklist is that you should only have one file. Hindi dapat maraming files na iba-iba sinesend sa mga companies. Mas maganda, isang file lang para pag sinend mo, lahat ng details mo nandoon na. Another thing in your checklist is that it should make the process more efficient. Ibig sabihin, mas mabilis mag-submit, mas mabilis makita ng HR, at mas mabilis kayo makontak for possible next steps na or possible job offer na. Now, another thing in my checklist is that dapat tipid ito, wala itong gastos. The tool that I will show you today, wala itong gastos. Libre po ito. At higit sa lahat, itong pinaka-importante sa lahat, this should be in your checklist. The tool should be secured. Okay, more than anything, importante talaga ang data. Pero ang data ninyo, dapat yung proteksyonan. And using this tool, this is the most secured resume kung tawagin. Bakit siya tinawag na most secured resume? Let me go through the next slides na. Okay? Ito ang tinatawag na resume link. Okay? A personalized URL for anyone can open online anytime. I will use an example para makarelate kayo. If you are John Santos, ang link mo or resume link mo pwede maging johnsantos.jobs180.com. Ganun lang kasimple. At yan na po ang resume link nyo. So how do you make one? Go with me through the 3 simple steps. First step is you have to register. Absolutely wala tong bayad. Libre po ito. How do you register? You go to the website of jobs180.com. That's www.jobs180.com at dun ka mag-register on the upper right side of your screen. Now, as you do that, you have to put the basic information. Okay? So, alam nyo na ano mga information yan. Hindi ko na isa-isahin. Babawasan nyo naman at alam nyo naman ano dapat ilagay. Now, as you create your account, you have to use a valid email. Okay? Now, before we go to the email, paalala ko lang, sa mga nag-isip sa inyo, paano kung hindi ako si John Santos, ano gagawin kong resume link? O yan, baka nag-isip kayo eh. So, if ever lang, mayroon kang kapangalan. Okay, just so happen na may ibang John Santos na nauna sa inyo, ano mangyayari? Magkakaroon doon na red na box, sasabihin niya, this name has already been taken. Huwag kayong malungkot. Pag taken na, okay lang, just be creative. Pwede mo gawin, baliktarin mo. Gawin mo santosjohn.jobs180.com o kaya J Santos o kaya Santos J o kaya JS o kaya SJ. Depende kung ano gusto mo gawin. Basta importante, wala kang kapangalan. Okay, wala kang kapareho. Now, when you do this, huwag kayong OA. Do not create yung mga ganong klaseng over-creative na mga resume link because it doesn't look professional. Imagine submitting to a company with your resume link that says eljablo.jobs180.com. Hindi yan mukhang professional. Okay? Now, when you register, please use a valid email. Ito yung emphasis ko lang sa pag-create nyo ng account na dapat gamitin yung email, yung nabubuksan yung email, kagaya ng Gmail, Yahoo, or any email na nabubuksan nyo. Do not create, example lang yung mga email na kagaya ng ganito, patricia@facebook.com na email. Huwag kang gagamit ng joseph@facebook.com na email to register. In short, huwag mong gagamitin yung @facebook.com na email. Because if you use @facebook.com na email, you will no longer be able to receive notification being sent to you by the companies as well as jobs180.com. Importante po na nabubuksan nyo yung email nyo kasi kailangan mo i-verify yung account mo. Okay? It is very important that you verify your account as a proof na ikaw nag-register at pangalawa, para ikaw yung makapag-apply. If you don't do this, if you don't verify, walang mangyayari sa account nyo. Okay? So sayang lang. So you have to verify to finish the first step. Okay? How do you verify? Just open your email, look for the link, click mo yung verify, you're done with the first step. Okay? Tapos na yung first step. Ano yung first step? Register. Wala tong bayad. Let's go to the second step. Ang second step, ang pinaka-logical sa lahat. Kailangan kumpleto ang detalye nyo. So how do you do that? You go back again to your account by going to the website of jobs180.com. This time, hindi mo kailangan mag-register. Ang gagawin mo, mag-log in. Pag login mo, lagay mo dito yung email nyo or resume link nyo, kayo lang may alam yan, at lalo na yung password nyo na kayo lang talaga may alam yan. So when you do that, you now go inside your account. Pag nasa loob na kayo ng account nyo, ano gagawin nyo? Mabilis na lang ito. Fill in the blanks. Okay? Now, I don't have to go through all the information here because definitely, alam mo naman pag sinabi ditong name, malamang pangalan nyo. Pag nakalagay dito address, malamang address nyo. Diba? So you put all the information ninyo dito. Okay? Lagay nyo. Then, what else do you put in here? Importante po, lagay dito lahat ng posibleng paraan na pwede ka makontak ng isang HR. Kagaya ng social media account nyo. Diba? Hindi lang email tsaka phone number. Bakit? Most of the time, ano nangyayari? Okay, let me tell you. Marami sa inyo nilalagay nyo phone number nyo. Pero pag tinatawagan kayo ng HR, hindi nyo sinasagot. Lalo na pag hindi mo kilala. Hala, sino kaya ito? Hindi mo sasagutin. Diba? Kasi takot kayo, baka nagsascam or whoever yung tumatawag. So, ano mangyayari sa mga HR? Mag-i-email kami ngayon sa inyo. But you don't open email more often than you open your social media account. So, I recommend lahat ng posibleng paraan na pwede ka makontak na isang HR, ilagay mo dito. Kagaya ng mga Facebook nyo or Twitter nyo para mabilis tayo makapag-PM. Private message, makapag-invite for the next step. Okay? What else do you put here? You also put here your work options, yung mga work experience nyo. Pagdating po sa work options, you can see on the screen, you have 4 options na pwede nyo pagpilian. Parang switch lang yan. Yes, no switch, on, off switch. So you can choose here, example, looking for OJT, lagay mo yes, if you're looking for OJT right now. And later on, pag hindi na, turn it off. Edi lagay mo na no. Diba? So depende yan kung anong mas trip nyo or anong mas pasok dun sa hinahanap nyo right now. What the system will do is it will try to match you with companies who are also looking for the same profile with what you have. Yan yung kagandahan ng tool natin. Hindi mo kailangan mag-door-to-door para mag-submit ng resume link ninyo. Okay? What else do you put here? You put here your school under education. Even later on, okay, pagka-graduate nyo, you can also put here your schools. Yung mga nag-take pa kayo ng further studies, pwede mo rin ilagay dito. Okay, so walang limit sa space yan. Pagdating ko sa seminars attended, ganun din. Kahit gano'ng karami, pwede nyo ilagay dito. Kahit magkopyahan pa kayo. Just make sure lang alam mo yung seminar na yon. Kaya baka matanong ka sa interview. Pagdating po sa certification, ganun din. Put all the certification programs that you've had, you put it here. Okay? When it comes to the achievement, do not limit your achievement only inside the school. Hindi lahat na nakikinig ngayon ay Dean's Lister. Hindi kayo lahat dito ay honor student. Diba? Ayan, nag-agree marami sa inyo. So, hindi lang po ang achievement nakabase sa academic excellence. Some of you are student leaders. So, if you're active sa school, you also put it here kung ano yung mga pinagkakabalahan nyo. And hindi lang sa loob ng school, even outside the school. If you're active in your barangay, halimbawa, isa kang tanod, ilagay mo dyan. Diba? Yan yung mga achievement ninyo. So, you put it here. Bakit? Because what you're doing now is you're trying to market yourself more effectively to that prospective company. Okay? Now, when it comes to the skills and languages, ito yung common observation namin mga HR. Pagdating sa skills, nilalagay mo lang na skills yung mga umiikot lang sa course nyo. Hindi porkat communication arts ang course mo, com arts lang ang skills na alam mo. Hindi porkat engineering ang course mo, ang alam mo lang na skill ay pang engineering. Hindi porkat tourism or HRM ang course mo, ang alam mo lang na skill ay pang tourism at pang HRM. Maybe some of you are into multimedia, into photography, into videography, into something else, arts, crafts, whatever. Lahat ng yan, skills nyo yan. Remember, what you're doing here is you're marketing yourself more effectively. Kaya kung ako sa inyo, ilagay mo dito lahat ng skills na alam ninyo. Pagdating po sa languages, ganun din. Huwag mong ilimit yan sa 2 lengguwahe lang. Because I'm sure alam nyo na yung 2. Kung 2 lang talaga alam nyo, din 2 lang. Ano tong 2 to? English and Tagalog or Filipino. Okay? Now, if you know other local dialect, Bisaya, Kapampangan, Chabacano, Ilonggo, you can also put it here. If you know foreign languages, German, French, Chinese, Japanese, diba, Korean, pwede mo ilagay dyan. Okay? Walang limit sa space yan. When it comes to the references, sigurado ko yung mga references nyo, kilala nyo. Ang malaking tanong dito kayo ba'y kilala nila? Sana oo, di ba? Kasi madalas pag tumatawag kami sa mga references nyo, hindi kayo maalala. So please tell them, ginawa nyo silang reference para at least they know what to tell about you. Okay? Now, at this point, to make your life easier, kung sakali lang nakagawa ka na ng resume nyo in your Word file or maybe in your doc file, depende kung anong file nyo, PDF file, whatever file you have, kung nakagawa ka na ng resume nyo, simple na lang. Just copy all the information inside dito. No, ilagay mo sa loob ng ResumeLink. Just transfer them here inside the ResumeLink para maging secured yung data nyo. Okay? Kung bakit secured, I'll tell you as we go along. Okay? So yung mga sinabi ko, I think alam nyo na yan. Alam nyo na yan. Okay? Itong mga susunod kong papakita, ito yung mga amazing na portion. Let me start with the portfolio section. Ano yung portfolio section? This is the part where you now upload evidence of your skills. Example, ano ebidensya na graduate na kayo later on? Diploma, di ba? Transcript. Ano pa? Toga? Hindi ebidensya yung toga. Okay? Kung ano man meron nyo, di ba? Certificate, diploma, yan. Ebidensya yan. Okay? Kung transcript of records is evidence na graduate na kayo. Ano ebidensya na wala kayong criminal record? NBA clearance, police clearance, di ba? Ano ebidensya na pwede ka pumunta sa ibang bansa? Passport, visa, lahat ng mga sinasabi mong mga skills mo or yung mga what you're claiming that you know, you can now support them here sa portfolio section by showing those documents. Diba? Anong ebidensya na ikaw ay healthy? Meron kang medical clearance. Anong ebidensya na pwede kang mag-drive ng sasakyan? Meron kang driver's license. Diba? So gets nyo na yung sinasabi ko. Ang point ko lang is you can now put the things here to support yung claim nyo of your skills. Now, you're starting to think, Sir, kung pare-pareho naman kaming graduate sa school namin, pare-pareho kami magkakaklase, same yung course namin, same yung school, same yung teachers, same yung curriculum, pare-pareho lang naman kami lahat, walang experience sa trabaho, how will we stand out? Ayan, di ba? Okay, ito ngayon yung isang magandang recommendation ko sa inyo on how you now stand out. You get your smartphones. Kunin mo yung mga smartphones nyo. Kung wala, manghiram sa kaibigan. Okay, hiram mo sa kaibigan mo. I-record mo yung selfie video mo. You say something interesting about yourself. Record it in about 30 seconds to 1 minute lang. Huwag na masyadong mahaba. Ano gagawin mo? Pretend that you are being interviewed by the HR. So you answer basic questions like, tell me something about yourself. O, di ba? Ano yung mga gasgas sa tanong natin? Why should we hire you? O, di ba? Just imagine na tinanong ka ng HR at sasagutin mo na lang siya. Ang maganda lang ngayon, recorded mo. So kung di mo type yung sagot, i-delete mo. Pag type mo, you save it. Then you upload it sa YouTube or sa Vimeo. Maraming mga video channel na libre, yung mga video converter sa online. Hanapin mo lang. And when you're done, you put that video link doon sa portfolio section nyo. O, di ba? This time, it will definitely make you stand out because depende na to sa diskarte mo on how you're going to present yourself. Okay? So I leave it up to you on how you do that. Now, another thing for you to do, na sure akong hindi to makokopya ng classmate mo, ay yung picture mo. Diba? So you put your profile picture here. Now, when it comes to the picture, hindi kailangan sobrang formal na formal. Hindi kailangan pumunta sa studio. Huwag na kayo gumastos. Ang importante dito, tumingin kayo sa camera. Plain background. Okay? Plain background, tumingin kayo sa camera. Wear something, of course. Wear something decent. Okay? Do not upload profile pictures that look like the right side of your screen. Yung mga sample na yan, hindi po maganda example yan. Okay? So, huwag kayo maglagay ng ganun kasi mga sample ng profile picture. Now, another good thing pa that will make you stand out using the resume link is your cover photo. Yes! A picture paints 1,000 words. Yan ang kasabihan na very, very applicable dito. A lot of you who are listening today, hindi kayo gifted with writing skills. Hirap kayo i-express ang inyong feelings at inyong thoughts into words. Hindi mo ma-type, hindi mo ma-sulat. Tama? Hirap tayo eh. Bakit? Hindi natural sa atin yan. Pero pagdating sa picture, kayang-kaya mo i-express yung inyong personality. Look at the examples I'm showing you. Look at the one on the left. Ano siya? Isa siyang ophthalmologist or optometrist. Sabi naman ng iba, eye expert. Di ba? Yung sa kanan, ano siya? Sabi ng iba, sir, parang IT. Sir, techie siguro kasi maraming gadget, pati stapler, gadget niya. Di ba? O sabi ng iba naman, sir, parang makalat. O depende na kung how you are going to interpret it. But now, the way I see it, itong taong to, multitasker. Okay? Another good example I'm showing you is this one. Someone from psychology, someone from neurologist, or maybe someone who knows left and right. Ganun lang kasimple. No? So, depende yan how you're going to express yourself. Okay? Another good example pa, ito. Itong person na to, ang gusto niya sabihin, there's no shortcut to success. You will be able to reach your goal by taking one step at a time. O, di ba? So I'm showing you good examples. Hindi yan member na Akit Bahay Gang. Hindi rin po yan social climber, in case that's what you're thinking. So kung nagpakita ko ng magaganda example, I will also show you yung mga hindi magandang example para wag niyong gagayahin. Huwag kayo magpapaka-misteryoso. Okay? Make sure you put your picture there. Okay? Kasi maraming pangalan ngayon interchangeable. Ako mismo, guilty ako dyan. My name is Kim. A lot of people think babae ako. Ako rin mismo, napagkakamala ko yung mga aplikante, pinakita ko, Chris, George, Alex, Sam. O, di ba? Minsan isipin ko, Joey, lalaki. Yung pala, babae. Di ba? So you better put your picture there para at least alam ng HR who to expect. Okay? Now, when you make your resume link, dapat may laman talaga yan. Kasi kung walang laman yan, ganyan itsura niyan. Blanco. And how do you expect companies will look, or HR from companies will look at your profile if you submit to them resume links that look like this? It's like submitting a piece of a paper, bond paper, or long bond paper, short bond paper na walang laman except pangalan mo. And that's the same as this one. So hindi yan papansinin ng mga HR for sure. Okay? Sayang lang oras nyo at oras ng HR. Kailangan attractive. Okay? When I say attractive or catchy, do not overdo it naman. Now, this is just in my opinion. In my opinion, I think this one is not a good example. Kasi ang dating niya parang tamad, parang happy-go-lucky, parang chill-chill lang, no? Parang gano'n na dating. So, I leave it up to you on how you'll be, expressing yourself na dito. Okay? So, sa mga personality nyo. Alam niyo na anong dapat nyo gawin at hindi nyo dapat gawin. So, showing a very good example is si iExpert. Tignan mo, lahat ng detalye niya, kompleto. Everything from top to bottom, kompleto lahat ng details, including yung kanyang mga portfolio section na nagpapatunay na siya ay isang licensed ophthalmologist. Pinakita niya lahat ng mga posibleng hingiin pa sa kanya ng mga HR. So bakit ko sinabi sa inyo na napapabilis yung buhay dito? Hindi lang buhay nyo. Pati buhay din ng HR napapabilis. Because once you submit all this information to that company, when the HR opens your resume link and sees everything about you, dalawa lang ang pwedeng mangyari niyan. One is, nahuli mo attention, gusto kanya ngayon kausapin or schedule for the next step, like interview or possibly job offer, or hindi ka nag-fit. Yun yung second. Di ba? Para at least, ang maganda rito, hindi na pabalik-balik, hindi na siya tatawag para sabihin, hello ma'am, meron ka bang evidence na graduate ka na talaga sa school na yan? Can you send me your transcript? Di ba? Can you send me yung mga evidence or yung mga sample skills or sample work mo kasi you are in IT or in graphic design? Di ba? Gets mo ibig ko sabihin? Huwag nang pabalik-balik, sayang yung oras. Okay? Time is of the essence, lalo na ngayon. So you put everything there, at least pag nakita ng HR, diretso na kagad sa pagprocess sa inyo. Okay? A lot of you are now thinking, Sir, pag gumawa ako ng resume link at nilagay ko lahat ng information ko dyan, baka naman yung mga data ko nakakalat na sa buong mundo. Baka naman yung mga information ko nakalantad na sa buong internet. The answer is, no. Kaya nga siya tinawag na the most secured resume. Okay? Bakit siya tinawag na most secured resume? Because you have the ultimate control over your privacy settings. Follow the screen. Inside your dashboard, when you log in, you can go to your settings. Sa settings mo, to be specific, puntahan mo yung privacy settings. In your privacy settings, you choose the information that you want to show in public. Halimbawa lang you do not want to show your birthday. What do? Turn it off. Ayaw mo pakita yung address mo. What do? Turn it off. Ayaw mo pakita ang inyong references. What do? Turn it off. So lahat na naka-off, hindi lalabas sa public. At sino may control niyan? Kayo lang. O, di ba? Ang maganda pa rito, real-time update yan. Halimbawa, today, you decide not to show your birthday, your address, and references. And then 5 minutes later, you decide, sige, pakita ko na nga birthday ko. Turn it on. Real-time. 5 minutes later, the moment you save your settings, lahat na binigyan mo ng resume link, updated na rin sila real-time. As in real time. Di ba? Ayos, di ba? Sige, tuloy natin. Tuloy pa natin to. So, reminders ko na lang sa mga late na dumating or kakakinig lang, when you make your resume link, make sure that your profile is interesting and attractive. Okay? Wag OA. Iba yung over naman yun. No? Wag naman ganun. So, make sure it's attractive, it's catchy. Complete all the information, especially your contact details. Kasi sayang naman lahat ng ginawa mo, nahuli mo attention, hindi ka makontak ng HR. So better make sure nandyan yung mga contact details na updated. Okay? So yan. So tapos na tayo sa 2 steps. Last step na lang. Ano yung first step? Recap lang. First step is register. Wala tong bayad. Libre po yan. Second step is for you to complete the information. Yan ang pinaka-logical. And the last step now is for you to submit. So you're now thinking, okay to paano ko gagamitin ngayon yung resume link? Bigyan kita ng iba-ibang paraan. Okay, lahat ito practical application para makarelate kayo. Unang option, pumunta ka sa website ng jobs180.com. That's www.jobs180.com, and that's where you now start to look for companies. Type the companies that you're looking for. Pag may lumabas, edi good. Pag walang lumabas, edi wala. Okay, wag din pilitin. Okay? Now, you can also see there a lot of companies, a lot of company logos that you can shop around, you can choose, learn about the company, and if you want to be part of the company, I recommend you submit your resume link kahit na hindi ka pa qualified. Let me repeat what I just said. If you want to be part of an organization, if you want to be part of that company, even if you are not yet qualified, I recommend you give your resume link to that company. Bakit? Imagine, kung ngayong hapon, ngayong araw, nagsubmit ka ng resume link sa isang kumpanya, naghahanap ng 3 years experience na aplikante. Wala ka pang 3 years experience. Okay lang. Because nabigay mo na yung resume link mo sa kanya, pagdating ng 2024, siguro naman by that time, meron ka ng 3 years experience, di ba? Kasi nag-work ka na ngayon, by 2021. By 2024, may 3 years experience ka na, pwede ka na ma-qualify dun sa position in-applyan mo. And you never know. That company might just contact you later on, provided that your details are still updated. So you have to update those information real time. Ayos ba? Ayos, di ba? Wala nang pabalik-balik. Hindi mo na kailangan magbalik-balik dun sa kumpanya para sabihin, nag-apply po ko sa inyo last year. Ako po yung OJT nyo 3 months ago. Wala lang ganun. Okay? Another practical application. When you submit your resumes through email, how do you do that? Madalas, ito ginagawa natin. Mag-email tayo, sasabihin natin, Dear HR Manager, I would like to apply for the following position and this is my resume. Ano gagawin nyo? I-attach mo yung Word file mo or PDF file mo. Tama? If that is how you're doing it, wag mo nang gawin yon. Wag ka na mag-attach ng anything sa email. Pampabagal lang yan, tsaka makaluma na yung style na yan. Bakit ko sinabi yon? Kasi hindi mo na kailangan talaga mag-attach ng anything. Ang gagawin mo, i-type mo na lang doon sa email mo yung resume link mo. Example, Dear HR Manager, I would like to apply for the following position. And this is my resume. In this example, Antonio Juan de la Cruz, 01.jobs180.com. That's it. Submit. I look forward to your information. Thank you. Send. Every time meron kang babaguhin sa details mo, hindi mo na kailangan padalhan yung HR. Kasi kung ginagamit mo mga attachment, ang kulit niyan eh. Ang kulit, saka nakapagod. Ano gagawin mo pag nagbago ka ng phone number? Dear HR Manager, this is now my updated resume. Mamaya-maya, 2 weeks later, nagpalit ka ng phone number. Ano gagawin mo? Dear HR Manager, this is now my updated, most recent resume. O di ba? Every time meron kang babaguhin, padala ka na padala doon sa HR. Nakapagod yan, hindi lang sa part nyo, kundi sa part din namin sa mga HR to keep track which one yung pinaka-updated na details. So this time, wala na kailangan. Palit-palit na lang kayo ng details nyo, update-update na lang sa loob ng resume link. Ayos ba? Ayos pa. Okay, tuloy pa natin to. Okay? If you want to print your resume, this is now the good news. You can now print your resume link. No matter how much information you have, the system will try to compress everything into one page. So kung gusto mo talaga mag-print ng papel at mag-submit sa mga kumpanya, walang kaso. Pumunta ka lang sa dashboard mo, hanapin mo yung print na option at mamili ka kung 1 column or 2 column version ang gusto mo i-print. What the system will do is it will try to compress everything into one page para tipid na. O, di ba? Now, usapang tipid. Ito mas tipid pa. Gusto mo mag-print ng resume pero gusto mo magtipid. Itong gawin mo. Gumawa ka ng resume link card. Ano tong resume link card? Sa isang pirasong long bond or short bond paper, mag-design ka ng maraming resume link card. No? Maliliit lang, parang business card na dating. In one piece of paper, I think you can make 10, 20 sets of cards. Depende sa size ng papel mo. At ang importante na ilagay mo dyan sa resume link card mo ay syempre ang inyong resume link. Diba? So, hindi mo na kailangan ilagay lahat ng details mo sa resume sa loob ng maliit na papel. Lagay mo lang resume link mo. And that is what you now give to the companies when you start applying. Look at the picture I'm showing you. Diba? Tipid. Hindi lang tipid. Secured pa. Tingnan nyo. If you submit yung big paper resume nyo, long bond paper, sinubmit mo sa isang kumpanya, nag-apply ka. For some reason, nilipad ng hangin. Yung nakapulot ng papel na yan, alam na buong detalye mo because everything is in that one-page printout. Now, if you lose that small piece of paper, don't worry. Meron kang peace of mind. Bakit? Yung mga kapulot niyan, limited sa privacy settings mo because you have the ultimate control over your privacy settings kahit na i-type niya yan sa browser. Okay? So, ang recommend ko rin sa mga nakikinig, use the gadget. Take advantage of the technology. Use your gadget, your laptop, your cellphone, your tablet, kung ano man. Okay? Para ngayon kasi, with this day and age, technology na ang gamitin natin. Kung mano-mano pa rin kayo, wala kayong gadget, okay lang, wag kayong malungkot. You can still submit to the companies by just simply writing the resume link on a piece of paper. As simple as that. Okay? So again, sa mga nagtatanong, ano yung mga guidelines ko para makagawa ako ng job-winning resume? Ito yung guideline ko. Ito yung checklist ko. Are you using the right tool? That's the ultimate question. There are so many tools right now, but these are the things that you should consider when you make your resume. And that is the resume link. It already addresses the following. Number one, security ng information mo. I hope by this time, you have peace of mind. Ito na ang pinaka-secured na information because you have the ultimate control over your privacy setting. Pangalawa, the speed of hire becomes faster. It becomes more efficient because whatever you need, whatever the HR needs, you can already put it inside the resume link. Another thing is that it's flexible. If you want to print, just in case lang gusto mo talaga mag-print ng resume nyo, you have the option to print it. And you don't have to worry about saan ko sinave yung file na yan, saan ko tinago, wala nang ganon. Just log into your account and print. Mamili ka lang kung 1 column or 2 column version. At higit sa lahat, wala po itong bayad. Tipid po ito. Walang bayad. Okay? Ang kailangan mo lang, of course, internet. Sa mga nag-iisip sa inyo, sir, kailangan ko ng pan-data. Pwede ka naman makakonect sa internet na walang data eh. Punta ka sa libreng wifi. Di ba? Baka yung kapitbahay nyo may libreng wifi. O, makagamit ka muna. Later on, pag may trabaho ka na, may sweldo na, bayaran mo yung wifi niya. O, di ba? Bawi-bawi lang yan. No? Give and take. And there are a lot more benefits to just what I've mentioned. Marami pang iba. You can share your resume link to whatever platform you want to share it to. Gusto mo i-text? Gusto mo siya i-private message? Gusto mo i-send via Viber? Kayo bahala. Pwede mo i-share. Basta kayo may control. Ganun lang kasimple. No? Kung hindi mo ito binigay sa kahit kanino, hindi malalaman to nung taong yon. And you don't have to save it to whatever USBs or hard drive. No need na. Wala rin tong mga tipong version na kailangan pa mag-compatible. Walang ganun. Lahat ito compatible. Pwede lahat. Okay? So, shout out na lang ako. Shout out to all our school partners. By the grace of God, right now we have about 400 plus colleges and university partners nationwide, including your alma mater. So, thank you. We're very thankful for this opportunity that we're able to do this kahit tayo nasa loob ng bahay, kahit kayo ay nasa loob ng bahay. So, hindi tayo physically nagpe-present, pero nakakatulong pa rin tayo, especially if you have friends or relatives whom you think would need this tool. Please share this to them. Okay? Sa mga nagtatanong naman ng mga frequently asked questions, sasagutin ko na. Ito kasi yung mga common questions na kadalasan tinatanong sa akin. Ang tanong, can I give my resume link to companies who do not know about jobs180.com? The answer is absolutely yes. It depends kung sino ang bibigyan mo. Ikaw may ultimate control niyan. Okay? Pangalawang question, is this the same as other job platform like LinkedIn, JobStreet, iba pang mga job site? The answer is no. Meron tong dalawang major difference. Yes. Lalo na pagdating sa security. Okay. Of course, explain lang ako Okay. With respect to the other sites that I've mentioned, let me just use JobStreet as an example para lang mas makarelate, no? Para makarelate. You can only use JobStreet resume if you're applying to companies who are also using JobStreet. If you're applying to a company who is not using JobStreet, you cannot use your JobStreet resume anymore. With your resume link, you can use this to any type of company, any platform, wherever they are. Kahit sa loob ng Pilipinas or sa labas ng Pilipinas, pwede mong applyan. Kahit hindi niya alam ang Jobs 180, basta alam niya ang resume link mo, pwede niya mabuksan ang profile at makita according to your settings. That's the first difference. Pangalawang difference, kung nabigay mo na, kung na-submit mo na ang JobStreet resume mo sa isang company, wala ka nang pwedeng baguhin. Lahat ng data mo nandun na yan sa HR. Yes. Hindi na magbabago yan real time. With your resume link, na-submit mo today, mali pala number mo, na-submit mo today, mali pala yung spelling mo, you can always edit it. Enter, save it. Real-time update. Lahat ng bigyan mo ng resume link, updated real-time. Ayos? Okay, tuloy tayo sa number 3 question. Number 3 question is the easiest question. Ang tanong dito is, can I keep my information secured? I hope by this time, na-convince ko na kayo na ito na ang pinaka-secured na platform. Okay? That's the reason why I'm sharing this to you. Okay? Number 4, I think this is the most important question. How often should you update your resume link? Ang sagot dito, hindi araw-araw, hindi linggo-linggo, hindi buwan-buwan, hindi taon-taon. Ang sagot dito ay every time. Every time na meron kayong babaguhin, lalo na ang contact details nyo. Yan ang importante. You have to update your contact details every time na meron kayong papalitan doon. Kasi yan yung paraan para makontak kayo ng mga companies. And the last question is just a trivia. Why is this called jobs180.com? This is called jobs180.com because we want to turn your life around. Yan, 'di ba? 180 degrees. Hindi siya 360. Kasi kung 360, bumalik ka lang kung saan ka galing. Di balik-balik ka lang, balik-balik ka lang, balik-balik ka lang. Di wala nangyari. Di ba? So you have to do it 180 degrees. It's a straight line towards your career goal. Okay? Just in case may tanong pa kayo, nahiya magtanong, pumunta lang kayo sa website namin, sa jobs180.com, or email me here sa info@jobs180.com. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram para makakuha kayo ng mga latest trends in recruitment. Okay, again, my name is Kim Chu Wa. Don't forget yung Wa. Okay, baka Kim Chu lang maalala nyo. Na nagsasabing, be safe at isang magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Sir Kim. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so to our audience, we are now open for questions. So kung may tanong kayo sa presentation ni Sir Kim kanina, so pwede nyo na po siyang ilagay sa ating comment section. So habang nag-iisip kayo, Sir, I prepared a couple of questions for you. Number one, is it okay to send your applications to positions not directly related to your course?
Yes. Ang sagot ko dyan, yes. Doesn't matter kung yung applyan mo is similar, align sa course mo or hindi. For as long as you want to be a part of that company and you think that you have the skill sets for that position that you're applying for, then those two for me are more than enough. So submit mo na yon dun sa kumpanyang na position na gusto mo applyan. Okay? Yan. And you never know. Diba? You never know. Kung hindi ka nag-qualify doon, especially using ResumeLink, nagbigay ka ngayon doon na position sa nag-application doon sa position na na-applyan mo, hindi ka nag-qualify, that company might consider you for a different position. O, di ba? So, I mean, opportunities are open. So, yun yung maganda. Use the ResumeLink. Tapos, update ka lang from your end. Diba? Later on, pag meron ka ng mga ibang development sa career mo or sa alam mo, sa skills mo. Diba? So, pwede ka na rin makonsider. Yan lang.
Alright, thank you for that, sir. Saka pwede naman nila basahin yung job description tsaka responsibilities to check if gusto talaga nila yung position.
Yes.
Second question, sir. Can we search other users on the website? Pwede ko bang, for example, hanapin yung profile ng tropa ko?
You cannot. Okay, una-una, if you're going to search for ResumeLink, you cannot. You'll just be wasting your time. Okay? Hindi siya social media platform that if example lang if I type Joseph, 'di ba, in say example lang Facebook, no, pinakamabilis na example. If I type Joseph sa Facebook, I might end up with a few thousand or a few 100,000 Joseph. Ganun karami ang lalabas na Joseph. Kayo mismo, subukan nyo gawin, yung mga nakikinig. Pumunta kayo sa jobs180.com. Meron doon search bar. Okay? Pero yung search bar doon, pang companies lang yun. Search company name, pang position, tsaka pang location. Subukan mo i-type doon yung Joseph. Tignan nyo ano mangyayari. Walang lalabas. Why? Because number one, hindi searchable yung resume link pag pumunta ka sa website ng jobs180.com. Pangalawa, hindi mo alam ano eksaktong link nung Joseph na hinahanap natin. Okay, so that Sir Joseph, whoever that Sir Joseph is, I'm using as an example lang So if that person will be giving you the exact resume link, and that's the only time that you'll be able to know ano exact resume link niya, type mo siya dun sa browser, Google Chrome, Firefox, Android, Safari, whatever you're using, then you'll be able to see yung information niya. Provided yung kanyang privacy settings. Diba? Depende pa yan dun sa kanyang option. Kasi pag nilagay niya sa privacy settings niya, do not show anything in public, kahit na alam mo yung eksaktong link ng person na yon, nung Sir Joseph na yon, wala ka rin makikita. Kasi ang settings na pinili niya is not to show anything in public, is to hide everything in public. Example. Okay, so again, it really depends on the privacy settings. So pag gumawa kayo ng resume link, paki-set up po ito ng maayos. Ang recommend ko is lagay mo doon yung contact details. Yan ang isa sa mga pinaka-importante. Huwag niyong kalimutan i-show in public. Para pag nagbigay ka sa HR, nagbigay ka sa mga companies, they can easily contact you. Huwag mo na sila pahirapan. 'Di ba? Nag-a-apply na nga tayo para mabilis ang buhay, 'di ba? Sila ganun din. Pabilisin mo yung process nila to get in touch with you. Okay? So I hope I was able to answer the question.
All right, thank you for that, sir. So to our audience, are you sure wala na kayong questions? If you want to explore vacancies, it's available. You can see the link on the screen. It's schools.job20.com/dimsu. So if ever you want to make your research or gusto niyo na mag-explore kung ano ba yung mga positions na pwede nyo applyan, pwede kayong magsimula doon. You can start there on that link. That's where you see postings from companies and also from partner employers ng school and from Jobs 180 as well. Ayan. So, Sir Kim, thank you for sharing your time with us this morning. So, to our audience, let's go to the next speaker. So, thank you, Sir
Thank
Kim.
you.
Have a good
Thank you.
day.
Be safe. Bye-bye.
Ayan. So, let's go to our second topic. Our second topic is virtual interviews to be presented by Ms. Sherry Aquino, sourcing manager for TaskUs. Miss Sherry has over 9 years of experience as sourcing professional in the BPO shared services industry, and currently she is the sourcing manager for TaskUs PH University Relations. So, Miss Sherry, I give the floor to you. Can you please join us? Hi,
Hi,
ma'am. Good
Shari. Good
morning.
morning.
Ayan, already
Hello.
sharing
So,
this
good
with us.
morning, everyone.
Ma'am, we have very students from various courses po here with
Mm-hmm.
us, joining us for this event. So if ever po the comments are on the right side of your screen. So if you want to see their questions later, will direct it to you. Pero for this part
Mm-hmm.
po, ma'am, your screen is up, your audio is clear. We'll give you 20 minutes to discuss, and then we'll meet up after 20 minutes for the Q&A.
Alrighty. Thank
So,
you,
Miss Sherry, I
Shari.
give the floor to you po. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. So, good morning, everyone. It's my pleasure to meet you. It's the DIMSU students and community, no, that we have here. And Kim earlier was able to share with us some tips on how to craft a resume. But for Task Us, of course, we will also want to share with you some tips on how you can ace your job interview, and also share some information, of course, about what Task Us is. Okay, so let me proceed with our first slide. Okay. All right. So tackling first the task us, we will share with you who is task us. Can we move on to the next slide, please? All right. Okay, so who is TaskUs? TaskUs is a provider of outsourced digital services and next generation customer experience to innovative and disruptive technology companies, helping its clients represent, protect, and grow their brands. Leveraging a cloud based infrastructure, TaskUs serves clients in the fastest growing sectors, including social media, e commerce, gaming, streaming media, food delivery, and ride sharing, high tech, fintech, and health tech. Okay, so there are three things that I would like to highlight here. Number one is what we do as a company. So basically, we support our clients by providing services to their customers. Okay, that is through voice support, chat support, email, content moderation. That's how we support our clients. Second is the clients themselves. The clients of TaskUs are very unique in such a way that we screen them as well. We would like to make sure that Task Us clients embody the Task Us values, and we want to accept them, knowing that they have the same values as Task Us. Okay, and then of course, lastly, Task Us is an equal opportunity employer. We do not discriminate, and we give fair opportunity to everyone. That is regardless of their sex, religion, age and gender, right? So let's move on to the next slide, please, for our mission. Okay, so our mission is to empower people to deliver ridiculously good innovation to the world's best companies. And we do this by providing our employees with the best benefits and programs that care for their overall well being. And that also includes their mental health. No? In fact, in TaskUs, we have our own team that focuses on creating programs and activities to care for the well being and mental health of our employees. So some activities that they have include coffee sessions, or they also have a hotline wherein our employees can call them, share anything that they would like to share. And the good thing about that is it's also extended to their family members. So even the family members, they can actually call this group, so that they can share any personal issues or work related issues they have. And that's how we take care of our employees. We also believe that if we take care of them, we teach them to take care of themselves, they will do their best for the clients we serve. And this proves to be true because we actually received several awards in the past years. And one of those, sorry, we can proceed to the next slide after the video, please, so that we can show the awards. The next slide, please.
Taskus believes that achieving growth for our partners requires a culture of constant innovation
Sorry,
with the aim of
Cam.
preserving the value of its people and clients. Exploring new technologies, being ready to handle any challenge at a moment's notice, and mastering consistency in the ever-changing world. These are what it takes to get there, and we are well equipped to do exactly that.
Welcome to Taskus.
Born as a 5-member virtual assistant startup, we have now grown to become a globally recognized 30,000 plus strong organization that drives the rapid growth and transformation of the world's most innovative and disruptive brands. By providing technology-enabled outsourcing solutions purpose-built for the digital economy, driven by our people-first culture and philosophy, Taskus stands today as a global beacon for its employees and clients, a value we put above all else and has made us a shining example within and beyond the global outsourcing space.
20 servicing sites in 8 countries across major lines of business and vertical markets. We are consistently recognized by the industry for our ridiculously good culture. We are guided by our core values, which highlights our strength and efficiency to truly differentiate ourselves as a true partner to both you and your customers. Reimagine the future, you and us, together.
There you go. So that's a brief video about TaskUs, and that shows what the core
Taskus
values
believes that achieving
are.
growth for our partners requires a culture of constant innovation.
Ayan. Okay, so the core values were shown in the video. We also have the sites, but of course, we'll tackle that as well in our next slides. And also the awards, right? That I was talking about before we play the video. So, one of the awards we received in the past years is being regarded as one of the best places to work. So, that's an achievement for us, and knowing that we really put a lot of effort in making sure that our values are there and the culture of Task Us is maintained and the employees are happy. This is really an achievement for us, and it's a proof, no, that Task Us is really um, performing as an organization. Okay, we can proceed to the next slide, please. Okay, all right. For the Task Us sites, we also show that in the video. So we have different locations globally. We have 20 locations globally, and we're composed of 35,600 teammates or employees. So in the Philippines, we actually have 9 sites. Later on, we'll share with you some snapshots of um, the sites there that we have here in the Philippines. And then for the other countries as well, we have US, India, Taiwan, Mexico, Colombia, Greece, and Ireland. Okay. So moving on to the next slide, let me share with you some photos of our sites. Okay. So this one, the one that you're seeing, is our lighthouse or San Fernando La Union site. Um, so just to share with you, one of the core values we have in TaskUs is be ridiculous, meaning being unbelievably good or amazing, and we really want to reflect that in our sites as well. As you can see, for La Union, it's very creative, showing surfboards, which we know is something that people really go to in La Union. And for the other sites as well, okay, can we move on to the next slide, please? Okay, we have our house teamwork in Clark, Pampanga. We also have um, Fort Excellence in Bulacan. We also have a site in Anonas, Quezon City. Uh, in Bonifacio Global City, there you can see some bean bags laid on the floor for the employees to use so they can relax. We also have Liz's Nook in Cavite. We have Liz's Watch Tower in Antipolo, Rizal. And we have Atlantis. This is our newest site, actually. It's located in Batangas City. And then lastly, we also have our site in Tagbilaran, Bohol. We call it Liz's Playground. And it really shows that it's a playground. There is a slide there. I believe it goes to the pantry coming from the other floor. No? So it's easier, it's more convenient for our employees to go to the pantry during their break time. So there. Those are the actual work setup that we have, right, in TaskUs. But of course, for fresh graduates, the first thing that comes to your mind would be, how would you join your first ever company, and what are the things that you should be prepared of? The creation of resume was shared with you earlier by Kim, and the other tips that we have, I'll be sharing with you in my next slide. So that is how to ace your job interview. Okay, so, we actually prepared 9 tips on how you can prepare. The first one is to know the company and the details of the role. So, of course, for the students, when you apply for a role, it should be a standard operating procedure, right? That you have to research the company and the role. And actually, this applies not just for fresh graduates, but to everyone who is applying for a role, right? Even if you're experienced, you've been with the industry for like 10 years, you have to always do your research, because this question will be asked to you during the interview. And you want to give a good impression to your recruiters, right? That you know what position you're applying for, what you're expected to do, and what the company does as an organization. So make sure that you have that prepared when you apply. The second tip is prepare for the most common to the most difficult interview questions. So another type of research that you have to do, no? An example of a common question is the tell me about yourself question. This one, it's an open-ended question, meaning you can actually answer it using your own words. But a tip is you have to be confident by sharing your interests and abilities in line with the job description that you're applying for. So an example is, for me, I'm a recruiter, right? Let's say I'm a fresh graduate. I'm applying for a recruiter role. So if I will be asked, tell me about yourself, um, the best way for me to answer that is by sharing my interests and abilities. I would like to say to the recruiter that I am the type who loves to communicate to people, help people, understanding what their wants are, and somehow uh, that answer will give the recruiter an idea that I am a good fit for the role, because those are the things that I will do as a recruiter, right? Communicating to them and helping them land the job that they uh or that are fit for them based on their experiences. Another is, if you're an accountant, for example, you might want to share sorry, you might want to share that you're a math wizard, someone who loves numbers, right? So there. How about a difficult question? An example that I could give you here is a question that is being asked by some recruiters that I have encountered before. It's why shouldn't we hire you? Right? So for why shouldn't we hire you? It's a surprising question to be heard during an interview, but believe me, it's being asked by some recruiters. So you have to be prepared for this one. And the best approach to answer this question is that you give an answer that is authentic and that could be of your advantage. Take note, it could be of your advantage or should be of your advantage. So, how do you do that? I suggest that you use the if and then magic words and give your explanation. An example is if I will be asked, why shouldn't we hire you? So I can answer it by giving the recruiter, well, if you're looking for a talent who is not competitive, then that may not be me. Because, this is your explanation, because I want to make myself motivated by envisioning a task or project that is very successful and that shows my competitiveness. So there, that's an example of that. Okay. Um, so key takeaway there is the if and then magic words. All right. Another thing that I'd like to share here would be when answering behavioral questions. Behavioral questions are asked, by the way, by recruiters to gauge how fit you are with the company and also with the team that you're joining in. An example of this is well, give me a time when you had to deal with a difficult individual. Okay, that's a type of a behavioral question. Now, for you to answer that, it's best that you use the STAR approach. STAR approach is, well, it stands for stands for situation, T for task, and A for action, R for result. Okay, so going back to the question, give me a time when you had to deal with a difficult individual. And if I am to answer that using the STAR approach, my situation or task will be when I was in college, doing my thesis, I have a thesis mate who doesn't cooperate, causing delays in our timelines. That's your situation or task. Okay. Um, the next one is your action. So my action would be I called out his behavior and talked to him because I wanted him to understand that the thesis grade is for all of us, not just his, and it will affect everyone if he doesn't perform. And lastly, your R is the result. He acknowledged his shortcomings and was able to give the support to the team, right? So if I answer that um, in a straight manner, that would be when I was in college, I was doing my thesis. We have this teammate who's not performing. So what I did is I talked to him. I wanted him to understand that his behavior is affecting our performance, and he acknowledged that shortcoming, and he was able to perform. So basically, that's the STAR approach. And why am I sharing this step with you? Because I want you to give full story to your recruiters so that they can avoid giving follow-up questions and so that it's very clear, right? You're giving a complete thought of what you want to share with them. So make sure that you take note of that. I hope you have your pen and papers with you taking note of the interview tips. Okay, the next one is practice, practice, practice. Okay, so by practice means, of course, you have to be prepared, like talking to yourself in front of the mirror, checking how you're answering, avoiding the fillers as well. One thing that I've noticed as a recruiter is that Filipinos are very polite, and I'm pretty sure everyone agrees to this. Like sometimes when we have interviews, our candidates would say po, opo, yes po. So Taglish, no? But um, it's not that we're saying now we shouldn't be polite, but during an interview, it's just more appropriate if we don't have those fillers, right? We want to be formal, and we want to avoid fillers such as that, not just the po and opo, but also the right? So those things, when you practice, you will be able to remove that. And the next tip is to dress up, smile, and be ready at the backstage. So this one is very important, especially now that we're doing virtual interviews. Because it's pandemic, obviously. So what do you need to do, right, before going online? So show your recruiter that you are prepared by, of course, looking good. For your clothes, you need to wear a nice formal top as much as possible, just plain top, colored. If you can wear a suit, that's nice as well. And also your background, make sure it's neat, no relatives walking around, and a quiet room for sure would help you focus during the interview, a good Wi-Fi connection, and of course you have to be on time. No, if there is a link shared with you, you may want to click that link in advance and check if you do not encounter technical issues. That way you are making sure that you won't encounter any problem, and you will be on time, and you are respectful of their time. Okay, the next step is be authentic. Okay, so during the interview, it's very important that you're showing your true self, right? We understand we have to be formal, we have to, like, you practice before the interview, but be reminded that you have to still show your true self. Okay, do not be pressured and give answers that you feel like you're obliged to share with them because it's an interview and you want to be selected. No, be honest still, because you will be accountable for what you say during the interview. So you want to be reminded, or you want to be selected rather, you want to be selected for the role because your recruiter, your hiring manager, saw that potential in you, the real you, versus someone that you pretended to be. So be authentic. All right. The next step is ask smart questions. So what are these smart questions? Um, so first, we have the basic questions like what will be the next step, or when can I know the result of my interview. Those are basic questions, but when I say smart questions, these are questions that would make you ready to do the job in case you are selected. So an example would be, how does the structure look like? Is there a system or software that I should be familiar of if ever I get hired? Or what are the expectations from me if I get this position? Do I have metrics? Do I have KPIs? Things like that. It gives your recruiters an impression that, oh, this person is very interested. He already sees himself doing the job and even imagining what the structure looks like, or what are the metrics that he needs to um to follow, or right, to, yeah, to follow during once he's hired for the position. So it's you thinking ahead and making yourself ready if you get hired. So those are smart questions. It makes them feel that you're very, very interested to join the organization, and that you have researched um a lot about the organization as well. Okay. The next tip is avoid asking how much the salary is. Okay. So this one, not all candidates are asking this, but even experienced ones, sometimes I encounter candidates who have been working for so long, but still are asking how much the salary is during the initial part of the interview. Okay. Um, so the reason why I'm giving you a tip not to avoid this is because of two reasons, right? The first reason is your recruiter is not the decision maker of your salary. It goes through several approvals, and it depends also on many factors. So even if you ask that during the interview with the recruiter, that person may not be able to answer that question. Okay. The second reason why we don't want to answer to avoid to we want to avoid asking the salary is because we want to be remembered as the candidate who is a go-getter, right? Who did well during the interview and who want to learn a lot of things about the company versus someone who is like checking his or her options and would go for a company that pays higher. Okay. And don't worry about this because once you're done with the entire process, your recruiter will definitely ask how much your expected salary is. So we can avoid being proactive during the initial phase of the process because it will be asked to you definitely once you are being considered for the role. Okay. The next tip, second to the last, is know your recruiter and ways to follow up. Okay. Don't be shy to ask your recruiter on how to make a follow up because um everyone who is a candidate needs to do that, right? If you're not getting an update from the recruiter, or if you think um, it's taking so long, you have your rights to make a follow up. So just simply ask for a name, a number, an email address to reach out to so that you can make a follow up. Regarding your application. And then lastly, be positive, right? Be positive and confident during the entire process. But of course, you will more likely to feel positive after the interview if you know that you prepared in advance and you were able to answer all the questions the way you planned it to be. Okay, and that's how these tips that I have shared with you will be able to help you do that. Right? It's more comforting at the end of the process if you know you did your best, you prepared, and all. It's easier to be positive and be confident that you'll be getting the role if you have prepared. All right. So basically, that's it for the tips that we have. And if, of course, you manage to ace your job interview with us here in Task Us, these are some of the industry leading employee perks and benefits programs that you will enjoy. Okay. So we have a lot of employee perks in TaskUs. So the first one is the enhanced health benefits extended up to two dependents. So this one is for your health card, right? Especially now it's pandemic, it's something that you will want to have, not to use but to have, just in case of emergency. And you can enroll up to two company paid dependents. It's free, it's covered by the company. We also have the COVID-19 medical coverage wherein you get additional 14 calendar paid leave. Uh, Whether you are asymptomatic or symptomatic, you'll definitely get that. And we also have the food forward, program project. However, this one is being offered for our employees who are currently on site. Okay. Um, the good thing about food forward is we're able to um, give or offer meals to our employees at a very affordable price. Um, I believe it's 5 pesos for the food forward. So as an employee, I can buy my meal for 5 pesos, and um, the amount will be given to uh, the less fortunate so that we can help them. Okay, that's an advocacy of Taskas as well. We also have the Human Project, which is our unique approach to performance and salary appraisal, wherein you will just have to share what your personal passions are, your purpose, submit that to our team, and there you go. There's a possibility for you to have a performance and salary appraisal. You also have the referral incentives, in which if you have relatives or friends interested to join TaskUs, you will get an incentive. Of course, that's on top of your basic pay and the other benefits that you're getting. We have also the guaranteed paid time off, including birthday leave. So we also have birthday leave so that our employees can enjoy their time off with their relatives, right? Celebrating their birthdays, and that's one every year, on top of the planned leave and unplanned leave per month that we have as well. We also have the state of the art facilities. We've shared with you earlier the photos of our site, but I'm not sure. I don't think we're able to capture, but some sites we have a basketball court, a gym. We also have a space for mindfulness and relaxation, collaborative spaces, and of course the fun zones. You saw that earlier. We have an indoor slide in one of our sites as well. And we have the retirement savings program with company matching. So this one, of course, it's a plus, no, that you have your retirement savings program, because you are somehow preparing for your retirement, and not all companies give this benefit. So TaskUs is one of those that have the retirement savings program. We also have the scholarship program, wherein for high performing employees, they are entitled to avail the company paid scholarships for their children. So that's regardless of how many children they have, they are entitled for a scholarship program long as they are high performing. We also have the shuttle service for on-site employees. Of course, we want to make sure that they are safe during this time of pandemic. So we cater to them and shuttle them from the office going to their homes. No, and then we also have the wellness and resiliency programs extended to household members. So this is what I have shared with you earlier, wherein your uh, your housemates or your relatives can also reach out to our team, and in case they have personal problems, issues that they want to discuss with someone they do not know, they can reach out to our team as well, so that they can get the needed support. Lastly, we have the tuition fee and professional development reimbursement program. This shows that TaskUs supports the employees who want to learn more, right? Whether it's an associate, bachelor, master, or doctoral degree, or any approved certification program, TaskUs covers a portion of the cost. So they also want us to learn more and not just focus on um, really doing what we're currently doing, right? They're very supportive of that. Okay. And another would be the salary range and also the government mandated benefits that we have. So these are those. But as I've said earlier, we also have others, no, which we discussed in the previous slide. So for the birthday leave, again, that's one per year. We also have 12 planned leave credits and 12 unplanned leave credits, which is converted to cash, by the way. Okay. And for the next slide, these are the openings that we have in our La Union site. So we have openings for on-site, meaning you will be assigned on-site. So we have online home improvement program. We also have content tagging, and the TWFH, that is for temporary work from home. That's for our online food delivery program. Okay. So when it comes to hiring, we actually believe that the more diverse the workforce is, the better. So we always hire for the most qualified candidates, again, regardless of race, age, and gender, because we are an equal opportunity employer. Okay, so for the next slide, these are your ways on how you can join TaskUs. One is for Jobs 180. Under Jobs 180, you may want to check the link www.jobs180.com/taskus, or you may also want to email us using our email careers@taskus.com. And we also have a QR code here, which you can screenshot, and it will route you to a form wherein we can also capture your information there. Okay, so pretty much that's it. And thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to represent TaskUs and share some interview tips that you can use when you graduate. I believe the next part of the program is for the Q&A, but just to share with you, together with me, we have our sourcing manager as well coming from La Union site, which is Kai Bundalian. So both of us will be answering your questions if ever you have any uh, about the presentation that I have just shown you.
Thank you
Good
for
morning!
sharing. Good morning, Miss Kai. Ayan, thank you for joining us for the Q&A. So to our audience, we are now open for questions for Miss Sherry and Miss Kai. So please post it on on the comment section para pwede natin itanong sa speakers natin. All right, so while you're thinking about your questions, I'll go ahead, ma'am. So I list down a couple of questions I know na common naman po sa ating audiences or sa ating viewers. So first question, ma'am. I know you get this question a lot. Is it okay to have average English speaking skills if you want to join the BPO industry? To
Should I
any
answer it?
yes,
Yeah.
Miss Guy.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, go ahead.
Average English level. Actually, the good thing is we're not really looking for someone who are expert, you know, you who has that accent and all. Because the thing is we actually provide the training for our hires. And part of the training is really the language proficiency of our teammate. So you don't need to worry if you're not that good in English. I did this because so people kasi most of the people they do that. So it's okay that you are not that good. You're not 100% fluent. It's okay that you do not have the accent and all because we provide the proper training for our hires.
Alright, thank you for that, Miss Kai. So, wag kayong matakot mag-apply, guys, no? How about if they fail the language assessment part, ma'am? Do they have an academy where they join and then they get tutored or they get trained to qualify? I don't know if that's how it works.
Yeah. So the good thing as well about Tascos is that, for example, on the course of our language and product training, our teammates or our trainees unfortunately failed. Ano? So what we do is we get their scorecard. We call them scorecard since our hires maintain one as part of their what they call this, what they call that siya, as part of their grade. Parang ganyan. Kasi ginigrade natin sila, di ba?
Mm-hmm.
Now, we
Right.
have that parang we follow a certain what they call this range of grade kumbaga within their scorecards na pwede natin silang i-endorse to what we call the near hire training. So basically hindi naman natin sila ibabagsak. We will parang endorse them to another training session that's shorter kumbaga with the usual training period that we have where we can actually focus more on where they failed and whatnot. Ganun siya.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, thank you for that answer, Miss Kai. Now, ma'am, since the both of you have a lot of years in experience with when it comes to interviews, we'd like to ask, what's the hardest question to answer if you're a fresh graduate? Like, what question do they like? Napapaisip or mental block, ano po yung mga questions na yun para makaprepare yung mga job seekers natin na pwede nilang paghandaan or they can reflect on it now. Para on the time that they do the interview, at least they know which questions they should prepare for. To Miss Sherry can go first.
Yeah, sure. I think no, sa experience ko kapag nag-interview ako before, usually they get surprised when they are asked about what do you know about the company. Very basic, pero believe me, a lot of fresh graduates seem to be not prepared to answer this question. Na parang when they do their research, parang siguro very basic lang na okay, let's say for TaskUs, I know this is an outsourcing company, but what do TaskUs really do as an organization, right? San ba yung mga sites? Ano ba yung mga sinusupport na programs? Those types. I encounter a lot of candidates who are not really able to expound their answers sa part na yan. So, I think very helpful talaga if we do our research, no? We can check din kasi yung mga job portals natin, ano ba yung mga naka-post dun, kasi that's the company giving you information kung ano yung hina-hire nila, right? The expectations and all that. So, I think for me, that's it.
Dapat mag-prepare, no? How about you, Miss Kai?
Oo.
Ano yung sa tingin yung dapat nilang paghandaan?
Ako, on my personal experience, whenever I hire people, I actually hire based on the character and personality. Kasi ang skills, you learn that over the years. The company will provide you the training and whatnot, the knowledge, no? Pero siguro, whenever I encounter the question, what sets you apart from other candidates, is something that our audience now should be able to think of out of the box. Kasi you have to stand out. Remember that you are not the only person being interviewed. There are a lot of candidates in the pipeline. So dapat when you prepare yourself in an interview, alam mo yun, dapat makakapag-isip ka ng, dapat meron akong X factor. Na pag tinanong ako ng interviewer, tatatak ako sa isip niya. Kasi interviewers, they interview a lot of candidates on a day-to-day basis. And at the end of the day, kapag magre-reflect yan, magre-review yan ng, sino kaya ang pwede nating pasok na i-hire based on profile, based on, skills, based on, let's say, educational background, work background, and based on the character. That's for me, though. Ayun.
Alright, thank you for that. We have a question here coming in from Rockma Lumayon. Tumatanggap po ba kayo ng fresh graduates? Mahirap po kasi mag-apply sa company na experienced applicant naman ang hinahanap nila.
The good thing about BPO industries, Mr. Rockma Lumayon, is that we actually accept and we actually hire fresh graduates. Okay? I understand for other industries kasi they look for specific skills eh. Diba? They look for specific background, they look for specific profiles. But the good thing is, for a BPO industry, it's actually a stepping stone, if I may say, for fresh graduates to, actually start a career. And it's a very rewarding career if you tend to, see it in a bigger picture. Kasi I wanted to really break that, di ba, yung break natin yung parang thinking ng market na
Stigma.
call center
Yeah.
agent lang yan.
Mm-mm.
Nako guys, sinasabi ko sa inyo. So, to answer your question, yes, at least for BPO industries, we accept fresh graduates.
Alright, thank you for that. I think my follow-up question to that question would be, can we ask about the vacancies that are available in their area? What are the possible positions that they can go into for the campuses na nasa North po, La Union? Yan.
Basically naman, ang hiring natin is for an agent position, or we call them teammate. We really do not call them agent, but for general knowledge lang ng market natin or ng audience natin for this morning. So we are hiring for a teammate position. So basically, those people with customer service experience, actually kahit wala di ba? Kasi nga fresh graduates. Even the educational requirement, we do not really require hard na parang 4-year graduate course, parang ganyan. So, ayun, yun yung super basic profile, guys, na ang hinahanap natin.
Is it on-site, ma'am? Do they get yung kanina po a while ago that was discussed by Ms. Sherry, may on-site po and may off-site?
Yes.
Is that correct?
Temporary
Yes.
work from home. Yes.
Correct, temporary work from home. Kasi nga, given the pandemic, guys, plus the fact that some of our campaigns or the clients that we support for La Union, at least for La Union, they're actually looking for people or for teammates that can work on site. But for some, we have those temporary work from home set up. So the device, the laptops will be provided by TaskUs once you are assigned for a temporary work at home setup.
Alright, okay. So that covers everything, ma'am. Okay na yun, good na yun. So to our audience, making sure na wala na kayong question for Miss Sherry and Miss Kai. So again, the link for Task Us is jobsunity.com/taskus. So that's where you see all their vacancies, and that's where you get to explore yung mga positions na na-discuss nila earlier. So it's also available at schools.jobsunity.com/dimsu. So that's where you see Task Us and the rest of the partner industries or the partner companies of Dimsu. So in behalf of Dimsu Ma'am and Jobs on 80 team, we thank you, Miss Sherry, Miss Kai, and Miss Cam at the backstage po for joining us this morning. And we hope to see more of you po in the next few coming sessions. We hope to invite you again, ma'am. Sana po mapagbigyan. Ayun, ma'am. Thank you po. Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Shari. Thank you,
Have a
Stay
great
Kai.
safe,
day.
Thank you,
everyone.
everyone.
Bye
Thank you,
bye.
ma'am. All right. So thank you to the people who joined us. Thank you. From the Taskas team. All right. Next up, we have here discussing hiring for work from home jobs. We would like to call on, let me introduce our third speaker. Sir Alex Gomez, he is the recruiting manager for Accenture. He has over 17 years of experience leading corporate and volume recruitment for finance, banking, and international BPOs companies. He is an energetic and forward thinking leader who balances meaningful participation and results. As a former student leader, he jump started his career back in 2003, advocating BPO career opportunities among the Philippines' top feeder universities and colleges. He finished his bachelor's degree in commerce, major in marketing management from De La Salle University, Manila. He also finished the teacher training for Ashtanga Vinyasa Yoga and Mindfulness Yin Yoga. So here Okay, so here to join us is Sir Alex Gomez from Accenture. Hi, Sir Alex. Good morning. Hi,
Hello,
sir.
hello. Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, everyone. I'd like to check if you can hear me.
Ayan. Sir, we have a couple of seconds delay on Facebook, mga five seconds, sir. Kaya if you want to see the responses, baka may delay lang po ng konti. Ayan, sir. Your screen is up, your deck is up. Sir, I'll give you 20 minutes to present, and then I'll be back for the Q&A. Ayan. So, to our
All right.
audience, please don't be shy to put in your questions para later we can address it to Sir Alex after his talk. All right? So, thank you, Sir Alex. The floor is yours.
Thank you. Thank you. I will be discussing about Accenture, and I think I will have time to give you a few tips in the virtual world that we are in. But of course, thank you. It is my honor to present to you Accenture, but let me first present to you a quick video to introduce our company. I'm not sure if I'm the only one who has no audio. Maybe we can replay that quickly. Ayan. Siyempre, in the virtual world, we will always encounter things like this, and we can always try again, just like in life, no? All right, we'll do it again. Ayan, thank you so much. I hope that we are able to give you a glimpse of who we are and what we do in Accenture. But to expound on that, Accenture is a global professional services company with leading capabilities in digital, cloud, and security. So we have unmatched experience and specialized skills across 40 industries. And remember these items that I'll be enumerating right now, because these are the towers of businesses that we actually have in Accenture. We offer strategy and consulting. That's number one. Number two, interactive. Number three, technology services. And number four, operation services. These are all powered by the world's largest network of advanced technology and intelligent operations centers. Our 569 people, almost 600,000, deliver on the promise of technology and human ingenuity every single day. We serve clients in more than 120 countries. We embrace the power of change, as we know that change is inevitable, to create value and shared success for our clients, our people, our shareholders, our partners, and our communities. You can know more about us through www.accenture.com. And now to expound on what services we have, we have a broad range of services at scale. So first, we have strategy and consulting. No, if you are going through, I'm going through this slide so that you will have an idea as to if you are going to be part of our company. These are the areas of expertise that we have, or the towers of businesses that we have. In strategy and consulting, we help transform the world's leading organizations, working across the C-suite to capitalize on disruption, enable competitiveness, and drive growth and profitability via continuous innovation. Second, interactive. We help leading organizations design, build, communicate, and run experiences across the entire journey for their customers, employees, patients, or citizens. Third, in technology, we provide application services, intelligent platform services, software engineering, cloud, and infrastructure, and security services. It also leads our R&D activities, our labs, investments in emerging technologies through our ventures, and our ecosystem relationships. And last but not the least, the fourth, we run business processes on behalf of our clients, either for specific functions such as finance and accounting, procurement or marketing, or for specific industries such as banking, insurance, or healthcare. So you can just imagine the broad range of services that we have, as we are the only company with the ability to combine and integrate all of these capabilities at scale in an industry context. Next slide, please. After showing you the towers of businesses we have, I'd like to give you a glimpse, or at a glance, the Accenture in the Philippines. For more than 35 years, we've been here in the Philippines in 20 locations. You will have an idea as to where those are in my next slide. There are more than 55,000 employees, right? The kind of pride that you create being part of a huge organization and known on well-known brand organization with 400 plus clients across growth markets, North America, and Europe. We use the word innovation so many times in the company because that's what we do every single time. And we are an industry leader and employer of choice. Let me provide you more information why we are the employer of choice. Next slide, please. So these are our locations in the Philippines. We are mainly in Ilocos, Manila, and Cebu. 1 in Ilocos, 13 in Manila, and 6 in Cebu. If you're familiar with these buildings and locations, you can check them out. Okay, next slide, please. As I have been mentioning that we as company, as an organization, we leverage our extensive range of expertise to help our clients solve the most complex problems. Through our advanced technology centers and intelligent operation centers, we bring the perfect mix of technology and business process expertise, industry knowledge, and partnerships to help our clients solve the most complex challenges. So let me expound on each of these two. Next slide, please. So, first, we have the advanced technology centers, which we have which we have here in the Philippines. We are powering digital transformation at speed and at scale. Now, the likes of SAP, Oracle, Microsoft, etc. These are intelligent platform services. No. Now, for the intelligent software engineering services, we have these custom apps, advanced technology architecture, among many others. And then for intelligent cloud and infrastructure services, we have Service Desk, Workplace Cloud. These are probably platform services that you may have heard of, or if not, these are areas that you may want to learn also in the future, as they always say that as you are growing your career, as you're finding your career, you have to find that organization that has that expertise, that has that exposure, allows you to grow as a professional as well. So these areas, services, you will surely be mentored on because of our expertise. So that's for the ATC, or the Advanced Technology Centers. Now, next is the Intelligent Operation Centers. Next slide, please. So this is the other one. Since I've mentioned to you different platform services, you can also look at intelligent operation services, where we offer clients a global scale and breadth of services to achieve their business transformation goals. So when we talk about business transformation goals, diba, in the time of in these times, we have been continuously changing, and so our businesses will change, and then the people are driving it. And so when we try to be part of an organization, we want to be part of that organization where we can be exposed to grow ourselves. And in this area, you can look at several services where you can learn from as well. And of course, based on what you have studied, based on what you have been eyeing for, or been dreaming to be part of, you can look at cross-industry services such as finance and accounting, talent and HR, procurement, marketing, and customer service. You can also look at industry-specific services, no? Health, network, utilities, insurance, and software and platform. So there's a lot of opportunities you can choose from. Now, I've spoken about all the areas of our towers of businesses. I've also spoken about our different advanced our centers. Now, I'd like to tell you more about what a great place to work in Accenture. So year after year, so you can read through the slide. These are just few of the many things why I am proud also as an employee of Accenture. Let me just quickly share with you. I've been working for almost 17, 18 years now already. And when I graduated from La Salva, I've always known Accenture to be one of my dream companies. And now I've made that happen very recently, no? When I joined the company. And these are few of the things that I already know about them. But to know that year after year, Accenture has been recognized not only for our business performance, but also because of our inclusive, diverse, and environmentally sustainable workplace where our people can be the best version of themselves. No, I don't know if you've heard so many times, or if you haven't. If you become part of a company that's inclusive, diverse, and environmentally sustainable, we become our best selves. And if we become our best selves, then it benefits others, all others, generally our life, our relationships, etc. So these are things that we should consciously choose whenever we want to be part of an organization. Let me just mention that Accenture in the Philippines is the first Accenture geographic unit to achieve level 2 Edge Move certification or economic dividends for gender equality. It is a global independent certification system that evaluates organizational progress on gender equality using objective and measurable evidence while also encouraging change. All right. Now, apart from being a great place to work, next slide, please. What are we offering, right? I think this is also interesting for you. Of course, when you look at a company that's huge, that's an expert in so many fields, and that is really changing with the current times in terms of technology and people and human ingenuity, would like to see personally what it will do to me. What is it for me if I join, aside from learnings and exposure, no? Um, we have very competitive package. You have probably you will be you will have available opportunities right in front of you, and these are some of the things that you should be looking at, no? And presented here are just 5 areas, and I'm sure not I've been to quite a number of companies prior to Accenture that I can be assured I can surely say that some of them would just be providing some of these, no? And really just quickly enumerating: for the competitive package, you have night differential if you are eligible, allowances, variable pay, and this is unique to Accenture, an employee stock purchase plan. And of course, very timely loyalty and Christmas gifts. You'd also like to be with a company where you will continuously learn. Of course, after college, it doesn't stop. Learning doesn't stop. Actually, in life, they say it doesn't stop. Now, if you are in a company that learning is a huge part, upskilling and work arrangement is something that we do in Accenture. So company sponsored trainings and certifications. We have flexible working arrangements and a healthy work environment. Very few that you see that you would have companies where they would have robust programs for wellness, and Accenture is one of them. We also have health benefits, and I'm proud to say that our health and life insurance coverage starts from day one of employment, and common law and same sex partners recognized as dependents. We have standard leave benefits and expanded parental leaves. Next slide, please. Now, this is my chance to probably give you a few tips for recruitment in the virtual world. I know Jobs 180 gives you a lot of this as well, but as your resource today, I'm happy to let you know that in looking for that dream career, you should be ready for the skills that is being required by the industry, or somehow being aware of this lets you be prepared as to what skills you will have to enhance. Gone are the days that you will just have to know processes. You just have to know how to do presentations and use Excel. But the future workforce needs to be a new breed of both the doer and a thinker. So the top 10 skills for 2022, based also from the World Economic Forum survey, is analytical thinking and innovation, and of course, active learning and learning strategies. Our ability to connect the dots and leverage technology to solve complex problems will be something that we can use. And with technology becoming increasingly empowering, retaining empathy and being humane and sane counts. So let me just complete that for the top 5: creativity, originality, and initiative, technology design and programming, and critical thinking and analysis. So not just a doer, also a thinker. Being critical thinker also counts. All right, next slide, please. Really quickly on how to stand out during a virtual interview. So these are just 5. of course, if you get an invitation to join a company, remember that you may be one of the many that they have invited, right? That the company have invited. You have to confirm your attendance in advance because you are reserving a slot. No, remember that if you could not make it, you have to make sure that you also inform your interviewer through a note, through a text, or through an email, because you have committed to a schedule of online appointment. No, you have to dial in early to prepare for any technical setbacks. In the virtual world, this is now part of what we prepare for. And we usually have about 30 minutes, 1 hour. We can't afford to waste, a few minutes of that time, so that you are you are able to showcase what you know and what you have as a talent. And I guess you also maximize the time to be able to ask the employer some questions. No? Number three, you have to ensure stable internet connection. I think this is something that you can check prior to your schedule. Diba? Some of us would have backup internet connection. Aside from the shared Wi-Fi, we would have probably a hotspot if that is available, or talagang if you have experience in the past that you were having problems, baka for this dream job or job interview, you will have to be somewhere, probably, just keeping yourself safe, with relatives, for example, if that is allowable. And of course, make sure that you are very much focused, and so that if you have that confidence that your internet connection is quite good, you have tested it, then you will have more confidence and not worry about other things, just showcasing your talent. Number four, look presentable during virtual interviews. No, it is advisable most of the time to wear something with collar. No, alam naman natin na sometimes we just have to dress up the upper garment, but that's okay. So long as you feel confident, and the dressing up is also a form of respect to your interviewer, because you have prepared for the interview, and make sure that you are comfortable with that. Clothes that you actually wear. And then lastly, make sure that you have a conducive um, location. No, good lighting. If you have invested on an inexpensive ring light, or just make sure that your room is well lit, you have clean surroundings, and then you actually tell your housemates, if you're living with other people, also to maybe just to keep quiet for an hour during your interview. That would really help. Kanina, yung mga dogs namin maingay, so sinabihan ko muna sila, no, because I'm going to have a talk with you. Nakinig naman sila. Okay. Thank you. I hope I was able to help you with some tips. Now, let me show you a quick video of, okay, go ahead,
With a bang,
of how we deal with change.
energy and change came to every part of our universe. Seismic or small, it continues.
Change is all around us, shaped by technology and human ingenuity. We can make it work for you and your business.
All right, thank you. I think we've shown this already. Not yet. Sige, go ahead.
By combining human ingenuity and technology, we at Accenture harness change to drive value to our clients, our people, and our communities. Help us in shaping the future by matching your skills, passion, and creativity with the latest technologies. Join us in our student program and advance your capabilities while taking your career to new heights. Unlock your leadership potential and team up with top students all over the country as you work towards making positive change. Network with like-minded individuals and gain insights from Accenture's top leaders. Build a better world with technology. Partner up with our tech experts as we help you turn your ideas into reality. Present your working prototype and vie for the grand champion title. Take home as much as 300,000 in cash. Get an edge over your tech career and fast track your success with our prestigious management program, where you'll receive mentoring from Accenture's best minds.
All right, thank you. And if you want to know more about us, can you go to the previous slide? Since I've told you about our, so you can also check this out if you want to know which positions or careers you may match with. Okay, you can do that at your own time. And then, of course, next slide, please. If you not want to know more about us, please visit our social media pages and don't forget to check www.accenture.com/phstudents to know more about Accenture. All right. Thank you very much. Ayan. Thank you, Jobs 180, for giving us this opportunity. And again, I only have one. I have the 2 to 3 minutes na naman for the questions. Ayan.
Thank you for that, Sir Alex. So to our audience, we are now open for questions. So please put it in the comment section. So for the meantime, while you're thinking about your questions, I'll go ahead. So, sir, can we ask about possible work at home positions available for their area, for the north, for the people in residing in the north?
When you say residing in the north of Metro Manila or north of Luzon ba?
Eto sir, our audience po kasi is from DMSU. So they are from DMSU South La Union campus. So we
Mm.
wanted to check near yung vacancies po near their area.
Yeah. So as I've shown you, we have one location in Ilocos, 'di ba? And some of we also match our positions from from that area, also living in that area. So but just to enumerate, I guess there's a lot of probably positions that I may be telling. Um there are a lot of accounts, for example, 'di ba, that you may match with, and it would really differ as to what would be work from home or hybrid or totally work from home. So we will probably get to that point where we will let you know of these work arrangements if ever you match with a particular program. So
All
it's
right.
really best
Sir,
to actually go to our campus landing page.
ayan. So follow-up question, sir. If ever they're qualified for the position that they applied for, they qualify for the work at home arrangement. Do Accenture provide the enablements? Do you or do they have to qualify like para mag-qualify ka for the work at home arrangement, you have to have a hardware with you. What how does it go?
So for if yes is the answer to if you are qualified to have a role and position, and that's going to be at home, so yes, you will be enabled.
All right, so
Mm-hmm.
that's my question. Ayan. So next
Mm.
question, sir. With regards to Accenture in the Ilocos area po, how is it different from other BPOs in the north area? Like is it the same? Ano ba to tawag dito? Do you support clients in the same way like technology wiser? Customer service
So
po ba yung positions?
yes, so I think the one positioned in Ilocos is the Intelligent Operation Services. So this is a wide range of services, right? So when if you remember, I've shown you cross industry services. I've shown you um, uh, uh, cross industry and then cross skills. So all of these, whether that's customer service and all the other positions that you may qualify for, mostly is in intelligent operation services for that
Um,
region.
all right, thank you for that,
Mhm.
sir. Are fresh grads eligible to apply for this position?
Yes.
Yan. Okay, good
Mhm.
answer. Good naman, good. Okay,
Good
to
news.
our audience, please please explore no the vacancy mentioned by Sir Alex kasi eligible naman yung fresh grads natin to apply.
Of course,
So,
of course.
sir, I think the last question on my list is what would you say to motivate our fresh graduates or newbies in the industry so that hindi naman po sila matakot now that they would be job hunting in the new normal, like expectations that you want them to set, especially na magi-interview sila puro virtual ganyan. What would be your tips or word of advice po?
Okay, so all of us, becomes afraid at one point because this is the next chapter and we all went through it, diba? I think what's important, number one, I always tell you, is to know yourself. You have to know what you want because you can't just be going out there and hulaan mo kung ano yung gusto mo, right? So it is halfway the journey, parang ganon. It's halfway the challenge if you know yourself. How do you know yourself? You know what your interests are, and it sometimes when you do some activities, diba, it tickles you sometimes. Oh, I enjoy this, no? And then it doesn't also sometimes in another occasion you like another thing, and that's okay. You may like a lot of things, you may like one particular thing, and if you do feel that, you have to grow there. So which brings me to my second tip, which is if you know what you want, and somehow if you don't know but somehow you have that inclination to a particular interest, you grow in that. You look more learning opportunities in that. No, aside from publicly available materials, you look for the company that allows you to grow in that area. I'm interested as to how technology helps companies or others to grow as a business, right? And then you become part of that company, you become part of that organization. I like to have a mentor. No, that's a part of learning because somebody gives you feedback. No, you choose a mentor, or probably, some people say mentors choose you, but you find that person who you can actually be exchanging information with. Sometimes a peer you could have a mentor and mentor relationship. So those are generally my tips. Number one is you have to know yourself at this period. You have to know what you want. Somehow, if you don't, you just keep finding it. And then second, you have to keep on learning, right? So, and I think just like with anything, nothing is certain, right? And we all go through that, and a support system would actually help. Just keep on asking questions, and just find that person, or people who you can support you in this process. Okay, I
So
hope that
thank you
helps.
for that. Yes, sir. So yes, sir. Thank you for those words, sir. We
Okay.
needed to hear that today. That it's okay if we go on finding what we really want. It's okay.
Yes.
It's okay.
It's okay, for sure. Kahit ako din, hinahanap ko pa din. Kumbaga parang, it just grows on you. All right? Thank you
All
so
right. Thank you
much.
for that, Sir Alex. We appreciated
Okay.
the time, sir. On behalf of DMSU, sir, and Jobs 180, thank you for sharing your time and expertise for this event. And we hope to see you in the future po. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sir Alex. All right. So, to our audience, if you wish to explore the vacancies over at Accenture, the link is jobs180.com/Accenture. It's also available. The postings, the vacancies is also available at your school site, schools.jobs180.com/DIMSU. So now to officially close today's session, so before we give you the evaluation link and the attendance link, we would like to invite Ms. Cecilia Sanchez, in charge for Career and Placement Services for DIMSU, to give us the closing remarks. Hi, Mrs. Zil. Hi,
Hi.
ma'am. Ma'am,
Hello.
I give the floor to you. I'll put you on spotlight so you can deliver your closing message. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, Miss Shari. Thank you very much. Good morning. Good morning po sa ating lahat. Naimbag na bigat sa ating lahat. Masanto siya kabosan. Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. In behalf of Don Mariano Marcos Memorial State University, our President, Dr. Jaime Ipac Manuel Jr., the DIMSU South La Union Campus Chancellor, Dr. Joanne Rivera, the different deans of DMSU-SLUC, Dr. Nona Rivera, College of Education, Dr. Raquel Kiambao, College of Arts and Sciences, Dr. Jeannie Mamhot, College of Fisheries, Dr. Gaudelio Villanueva, College of Agriculture, Professor Darwin Liabore, College of Computer Science, Professor Gabriel Bakungan, College of Community Health and Allied Medical Sciences, our Student Affairs Services Head, Professor Joanne P. Rulia, my co-counselors in the Guidance and Counseling Unit, Dr. Emelda Coloma and Ms. Angelita Dumondon, our Guidance Secretary, Ms. Heidi Buado. I would like to thank you all, our partner in this activity, the jobs180.com, our resource speakers, the Managing Director, Mr. Kim Chua of jobs180.com, the Sourcing Manager of TASAS, Ms. Sherry Aquino, the Recruiting Manager of the Accenture, Mr. Alex Gomez, and of course our host, Ms. Shari Lopez of jobs180.com. Thank you so much. To our resource speaker, thank you for sharing your time and insights to our graduating DMSU SLUC graduating students this morning. This activity would not be successful without your participation, our dear graduating students. So in behalf of the seminar holders, the jobs180.com, the Career and Placement Services of the Guidance and Counseling Unit under the Student Affairs and Services, I would like to thank you all for taking an active part in today's activity entitled Job Hunting Webinar, Series 1. The webinar was formally started with an opening remarks from our very own Dean of the College of Education, Dr. Nona Rivera, followed by the webinar proper. Preparing you, our dear graduating students in the world of work, after leaving from DMSU, is the most important goal of the Career and Placement Service of the Student Affairs and Services. This webinar series about job hunting brought to you in partnership with jobs180.com aims for you to be fully equipped with skills, knowledge, and information duly important in applying for jobs with or without pandemic. And so I hope that you will take into consideration the knowledge learned from this webinar and use them well to succeed in the near future. Remember, to accomplish great things, we must not only act, but also dream. Not only plan, but also believe. According to Eleanor Roosevelt, the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. But then, when we dream, we have to act. And by acting, we have to work. Because success doesn't just land on your lap. You have to work, 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 and work some more to attain your dreams. So good luck, advance happy graduation na ba? And stay safe always. We will be announcing the series 2 and 3 of this webinar through your SAS facilitators and your college deans later on. Stay safe always. And also, please don't forget to fill up the evaluation link. Okay? Thank you so much and mabuhay tayong lahat.
Thank you for that, Miss Ezzy.
Thank you, Miss
Thank
Shari.
you, ma'am. Thank you din po. Have a great day po. Alright, so to our audience, we are now flashing the evaluation link. It will also be available on the comment section. So thank you po for joining us. Please be sure to evaluate within the day. Ayan, para pumasok po yung attendance niya para makount nila. So, to our sponsor CEO group, thank you, thank you, thank you. You may check them out on the CEO store in Lazada or in Shopee or at the nearest mall in your area for for career opportunities. It's available jobslinking.com/CEO group. So to our audience, we will be hosting another set of webinars next week. So different topics from different schools. So if you want, you can join us. It's for free. Pwede kayong mag-join in any of those sessions. So the links, the schedules, and the topics will be posted on our Facebook page. So thank you guys. Have a great day. Stay safe.
The clinical trial market as we know it is about to change. We're revolutionizing the current state aligned to disparate, slow, and often manual processes. Optum's vision is to transform the drug development process to one that is centered and grounded in real-world patient behavior and physician practice. Optum's ability to access this unique network and fold in the strongest data and analytics expertise will enable us to jointly bring life-saving drugs to the patients who need it most. Join us in this partnership to bring our shared vision for real-time, real-world healthcare research for real patients.